Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Truuu Talk podcast. This is episode, Milan, what episode is it?
33.
This is episode 34, wow. And we are back again, 34 weeks. I mean, you'd have thought last week Milan would have got it right because she got it wrong last week. But yet again, this week she got it wrong again. This is episode 34. Now, as always, we are joined by the Truuu Talk First Lady, Miss Chitty Bang Bang.
Chitty Bang Bang. Namaste.
Namaste. Our very own banter bringer, Miss Milan.
Hey guys.
Our favourite girl from small islands, dressed up as Santa, Miss Cher.
Hey.
And of course, myself, DJ Sticky Fingers.
The one and only.
Something like that. Now, as always, we've got two topics in our Ask Milan section as well. Ask Millie. Oh, yes, it's back again. Oh, yes, I've heard the topic. Oh, yes, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, yes, though we got that coming. So, as always, two topics, right? First topic we got this week is, I like this one actually. How does our upbringing influence our relationship in adulthood? I'll say that again. How does our upbringing influence our relationships in adulthood? It's a bit of a deep one, that one. I like that one. And the second topic is it okay for your partner to spend the night at their ex's on Christmas Eve so they can wake up with the children on Christmas Day? Boy, but I'm looking forward to that one as well. I'm looking forward to that one. So, start with the first one. How does our upbringing influence our relationships in adulthood? Who's kicking us off with that one? Is that you, Miss Milan?
It is indeed. So, do you know what? I think it depends on you as a person. Obviously, you go through like life and everything influences you from what you watch on TV and the music you listen to. But like first and foremost, everything starts off at home. If you come from a family of, like drinkers, smokers, or domestic violence and stuff like that, you find a lot of people then carry that on into their like adult life. Or if you've come from a family of hard workers or who are wealthy and they put themselves out there, and do you know what I mean? You take that on. So I think that with when you take on the bad things, that's a choice, because although you've seen everything like firsthand, you are still, when you go into adult life, you are an adult. So you know what is right and what is wrong. So you have a choice to make to say if you want to act like that or not. Do you know what I mean? But then I feel like if it was for like an emotional attachment, it's a little bit harder, because if you've grown up and if your dad's been around and your dad doesn't talk about his emotions and he doesn't cry and he is the hard man, if you're now like a son, you want to be like your dad. You don't want to be emotional and cry and feel like you're always coming to them with problems. Like, oh, I didn't do this and I couldn't get that. And do you know what I mean? You feel like, well, if he did it, like I can do it. And it's like, it's not like knowing that he's gone through some shit too and he struggles as well. It's just that you haven't seen him, do you know what I mean, like at that point. So I think you can be influenced by things in your childhood, but it's whether you then take that on board or not. But like I said, it depends on what you're talking about. If you talk about like an emotional attachment, I think that's harder to not snap out of. It's not something that, do you know what I mean? But it's harder to sort of shine away from that. But when it's like bad influences or like a good influence, it's your choice as an adult to do good or bad. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's some valid points in there. But I got a question on that, though. Almost a question / a challenge. I mean, don't they say that, all behaviour is learned behaviour? So I know you're saying about, being an adult, you should know better. And again, use the word should know better. But if they say all behaviour is learned behaviour, would you actually know better? Will you know better?
Yeah, because like I said, you learn things. So although you start learning everything at home, you then pick up things from school, in the neighbourhood that you're in. If you was allowed to play out, then you was learning things from there, on TV, like music. Do you know what I mean? There's all different aspects and areas that you are learning things like in and from as well. It's like if you was like fortunate to enough, if your parents put you in like a football club or like a ballet lesson or a karate class, in those types of things, you are learning discipline and stuff like that. So it literally depends on everything. But you know, the root of everything, it does start at home. But like I said, you can break away from that. You don't have to, like, if your mum was an alcoholic or your dad took drugs, you then don't have to be like, oh well, now I have to do that, because, do you know what I mean? No, you don't. There isn't anyone that says you have to. You're choosing to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree. Again, I was just kind of like throwing it out there. So, yeah, I agree with you. Shout out to those who are in the live. Shout out to DJ Empress. Shout out to Brina's 80s baby. Wave. Mila, what did you just do there? Did you?
Nothing.
Anyway, moving on. Michelle, our favourite governor, small island. Do you think how does upbringing influence our relationships in adulthood?
I think it can go either way, really. I think either your parents can influence your behaviour, or it can be the opposite, like completely the opposite. Like, say, for example, I don't know, you're a man who hasn't had your dad around. You could like use that as motivation to become a good dad. Do you know what I mean? So I think it could go either way, really. But when it comes to like relationships and stuff, like when it comes to your family, like say you've had a mom and a dad there, I feel like you have more of an idea about relationships, and it's more likely that it will follow on. But say you've had like one parent there, I feel like it's more likely that, you know, you might be a single parent. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think it depends. But like Milan was saying, you can change it. Do you know what I mean? You can change the narrative and not let anybody else influence you. Do you know what I mean? But I think a lot of different things come into play. It could be environment. It could be, you know, how you are as a person. It could be peer pressure. So yeah, I think it just depends, really.
Yeah, on that, well, Brina agrees with you. Brina says we have the power to break negative generational cycles. So very similar to what you're saying. But, you know, my question is to what you're saying. Again, let me just try and challenge everyone. When you're saying, like, if you've got a single parent family, for example, you might be more likely to become a single parent family. But could it not be the reverse, where you think to yourself, I've seen that happen, so I don't want that to be the same for myself?
Yeah.
So it could have the, you know, reverse effect. Even with those in the two-parent household, just because they're in a two-parent household doesn't mean that it's a good environment. You know what I mean? And they might say, well, I don't want that for my kids or for my relationships. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
I think, as you guys said, yeah, exactly. And I think, as you guys said, I think it's probably easier said than done to try to say that, you know, we should be able to break out a bit. But as you both, yourself and Milan, did say, we do learn things as we get older. We go and see and view other things. So we should really be picking up new skills and new ways of doing things, in theory, I suppose.
Yeah.
Chids, what are you saying? Big smile. I love that smile.
I laughed at everything. So I saw something today. I saw it was like this post on Pinterest, and it said, like, how do we get our children to read more and encourage them to read books? And like the first thing that came to my mind is we do it because children tend to imitate what we're doing. So I know that I read a lot. My daughter reads a lot because she's always seen me reading. And I definitely believe in the notion that children live what they learn. And I think it's just about, like, when it comes to parenting and stuff, you have to be really aware of what you're doing, and you have to be vigilant with your actions, because your children are watching you, and they do take whatever information they take in when they're younger, whatever they see when they're growing up, they do take it into adulthood. And I think when it comes to like relationships, like it was like that post that you sent, Sticks, and it was you know, like a parent shouting at the child, the young boy, saying, you know, man up, don't cry, those kind of things. And then later on they showed like a second scene where he was in a relationship with a woman, and she's asking him, why don't you show any emotion? And I definitely think by what we say to our children, it sticks with them, and it you know, it resonates with them. So when they get into situations, they actually don't know how to handle it. So this is why I think we have like a generation of very unhealed people who are living through the traumas that they experience, because it's trauma. Like anything that affects your emotional well-being, or the way that you are emotionally towards you know, other people, whether it be relationships or whatever, it definitely affects you, and it's definitely trauma. So I do think that, you know, the way that we bring up our children, it literally sets the bar for the next generation. And it's like, you know, if you grow up in a loving household, and you're exposed to love, and you see your family loving each other, and you know, you see your mum happy, you see your dad happy, you in turn are most likely gonna carry those traits forward, and you know, try your best to have a happy life. None of us know what we're gonna have or what cards we're gonna be dealt, but we will try our best to have a happy life. And then I think, you know, in terms of, if you're like, I've got a friend who she grew up in a household where mum and dad were both drug users, heavy drug users. And she, from what she experienced, she took it and said, there is no way I'm going into my adult life and experiencing this. So she flipped the script and turned it around. Whereas there are some other people, they're like, well, it's all I know, so I'm going to go and do it. So it is definitely about choice, and it's about mindset, really. You can either look at something and say, well, I'm going to learn from it and not do it, or you could say, well, I'm just going to adopt that you know, pattern of behavior and carry it on. It's just about breaking cycles, isn't it, really? So yeah, that's what I think.
So, you know, I absolutely love that. And actually, before I go to what you were just saying, I just want to point out for the record, Milan's got slushies, all right, but they're not child-friendly slushies, okay? They are slushies for adults, all right? There we go. Slushies for adults, not for kids, okay? Just so you guys know. And just so everyone's got their Christmas outfits on. Obviously, Milan's got a Christmas jumper and Christmas hat on. Cher's gone with the, you know, female Santa. And Chiddy's went full red. And I just stuck as I was. I couldn't find my Christmas jumper, okay? But Chids, you know what? No, he knows about me. I saw qualified. I actually did look. I looked. So, Chids, you know what? As you mentioned about that post, right, and with the mum and the son, and she's saying, you know, what you crying for? Men don't cry. Although I've seen that post a couple of times, it's only when you said it there out loud, it made me think back even more so. And I think that was quite a common thing of parents, especially to boys, to say, you know, we shouldn't, boys, men don't cry, men don't do this. But I mean, like, wow, I mean, that's going to have such a knock-on effect to the next generation. How on earth do we change that mindset? How do we, because if you're 30, say 25, and for the last 25 years, or your first 10 years of your life, your dad or your mum was saying men don't cry, you're 25. How do you now change that? How do you break that cycle? You're going to do the same thing if you become a parent at 25. They're going to say men don't cry, boys don't cry, don't cry. What's the way around it? I mean, how do we do it? What's the answer?
It's such a tough one, and I think it's just about addressing, you know, like when it comes to you know, I've got another male friend, and he finds it very hard to show his emotions. Him and his partner have she's gone through hell with him, because she's like, why don't you show emotion? Why can't you show me anything? And he spent a lot of his time just hiding his emotion and suppressing it and not showing anything at all. And in the end, he went for some deep counseling. Do you get me? He did this thing called timeline therapy, where he went right back to the beginning to find out where his problems stem from. And it was his parents that, you know, anytime that he tried to speak to them, or if he felt low, he said there was a time when he was taking exams and he was really depressed and really low, and he tried to speak to his parents, and they were like, nah, at the end of the day, you go to school to learn, you got to take your exams, they're not going to go away just because you feel low. Carry on with it, get on with it. And that was the attitude that they always had. So when he got in a relationship now and settled down and had children of his own, it was just emotionless. It was almost like he was numb as a person to emotions. And it was only when he went into counseling, kind of just broke the barrier, and it all came up. Do you get me? But then his partner had to kind of suffer that as well, because she had to go through that with him. And it's crazy when it all could have been so much easier if his parents would have just allowed him to feel. There is nothing wrong with feeling. There's nothing wrong with, I think it's better to express your emotion. Like, imagine if you keep that feeling in, the amount of hurt that's going to build up over time. Even sometimes when when you find yourself upset about something, and it's even just for a day, it hurts. So imagine years of trauma, and you have to undo that then as an adult. It's so unnecessary. But it's just, I think it's down to different generations. I think a lot more people are open now about emotion, and there's a lot more awareness of it. But I even remember a time when I heard, my grandparents say, oh, like, fix up, why you crying? It's really bad. And I try not to do, and sometimes I found myself saying, to my child, like, what are you crying for? You can't do that. You've got to find out why they're crying. You've got to find out how they're feeling. You have to talk through things and allow people, your children, to express themselves. Otherwise, they're just going to grow up and like another generation of like slightly damaged human beings. It's really sad, man.
I couldn't agree more. Let me read some messages quickly. Brina says, I want one. Talking about Milan's drink. Remember, it's not child friendly. And I don't know if you guys saw Cher having a swig of her drink. That was a big wine glass she had over there. Says, loving the red ladies. DJ Empress says, looking lovely ladies. Brina says, a lot of shadow work has to be done.
Definitely.
Also says, there seems to be a number of men who don't express emotions or have more feminine energy than us women. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole
nother 2021. We're gonna do
that's 2021. But you know what? One thing I will say, right, on that, what you said before, I think men, especially, if you have a son, you need to kiss your sons. Give your son a kiss. Because, like growing up, I don't know about you guys, but my family's from the Caribbean, and then they'll be like, no, man don't kiss man. That's like the kind of the attitude that they would have. You know what I mean? But it's only when I got older, I see my friend kiss his dad. I was like, right, what are you kissing your dad for? Like, what are you doing that? And he's like, well, I don't know the next time I might see my dad. He might get hit by a bus tomorrow or today. So I'm kissing him every time I leave the house. You know what I mean? I was like, wow, that's so true. So guys, kiss your kid. Especially men, if you have sons, kiss your sons. You can kiss your daughters anyway, but kiss your sons.
It's so true. I think, like, especially, obviously, coming from a Caribbean background myself, so ignorant, man. So ignorant. The mindset of that generation, that older generation, is different. But then what I found is that the craziest thing is what I found is the way that they were with their children and then us, the way they are with our children now, totally different. Give me a kiss, give me a hug, or I love you. Do you get? And I'm thinking, no, is this the same person that I knew when I was growing up? It's different. So different.
I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that one. Brina says, yes, the Caribbean upbringing can be harsh. Boy, that's another story for another day. But that's a 2021, boy. I tell you. But speaking of things, for those of you who caught our show last week, right? We got this new section now. So in between the two topics, we got a thing called Ask Millie. Oh, yes. And this is where our very own Chitty Bang Bang gives us a topic that someone's given to her to throw at Millie to say, what would you do if you was in this situation? Now, I've heard this one. Chids, give it to, in fact, Chids, before you do, Brina says, that's so true. All love when they become grandparents. Yeah, you're talking about people from the Caribbean and what they're like with their children or grandchildren or someone else's children, to be fair. Not their own, though. Yeah.
Yeah, not their own. Kiss
Not their
my
own.
ass, Clark, teeth.
Exactly. And that's before they threaten to punch it out for you as well. So, Chids, have you got the Ask Millie question?
I do have the Ask Millie question. This week it was a toss-up between, I had a scenario from a man and a scenario from a woman, but the man one I'm going to do next week, or the next time, because we're off next week, yeah? But on the next episode, I will do the man one, because it's very interesting. But this one, I picked this one because it's just brilliant, and I think Millie's advice is going to be amazing. So, here goes, guys. So, I've been dating this guy, and he is so nice. Like, I mean, he is peng. So, we've seen each other a lot and have spent so much time with each other. I decided that it was time to give him the goodies. It's been a while for me, so I was really nervous, but I wanted to go all out for him. I got all dressed up in sexy underwear and he came over. It was all going so well. He went down on me and it blew my mind. So I was like, I got to return the favor. I went down on him in a fit of passion and put my mouth over his penis. And as I did, I noticed a smell. His dick basically just stank. I kind of diverted on giving him oral and just put a condom on him. I couldn't even really have sex with him because I was turned off, so I just made an excuse and said I was so nervous and it was too soon. I really like this guy and I want to pursue a relationship with him. But how do I tell him that his dick stinks? What would you do, Millie? I'm muting myself.
I think we should say a prayer for the guy because, dear Lord, can we please help this guy in learning at his big age to wash underneath his foreskin before visiting a lady. Amen. It was a short prayer. This is a short one, you know. Right, so I've got myself doled up to the nines. I've not even like rinsed my vagina with hand soap. I've proper like waxed it. I've done my armpits. I've done my legs. I've got the whole outfit. And you have the audacity to come to my house. So this is the thing, like, because does it smell like pussy, like somebody else's pussy, like stale, like vagina, or does it smell like uncleaned under the foreskin cheesiness? Do you know what I mean? Because they're two different smells. Both nasty. Let me say before someone starts saying, oh, but if it was a girl's pussy, it still sat on it. No, I wouldn't have. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying the smells are different. So, I mean, I think she's very good. She's good. I probably might have done. It depends, because if it's been a while for me, I mean, once the condom's on, I can't smell it anymore. I might as well have just carried on going, got what I needed out of it, and then fucked off. But you see, with me, I wouldn't have then gone back. I would have just been like, nah, it's all right. I mean, if I was being nice, you know, next time maybe we take a bath together and I'll show you how to wash your dick without telling you how to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're just playing in the water. Oh my God, I actually done hand movements. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Sorry guys. I mean, I'm gonna put my hands behind my back. Yeah, so you know, we'll shower together, because that's a very steamy, intimate situation. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, your bodies are slipping and sliding, so you just gotta take him into the shower, or just tell him. Hold on a minute, I've got to remember, this is me. But bro, I would have to tell you, like, your dick fucking stink. Like, mate, do you want to go to the bathroom and then we come back and revisit this situation in a minute because your dick stinks? Do you know what I mean? If you don't like me for telling you the truth, then we're not compatible when we don't work. Do you get it? Like, if you smell like BO, I'm gonna tell you like, so if I can tell you that you smell like BO, I should be able to tell you that your dick fucking stinks and I'm not sucking it because it's disgusting. Do you know what I mean? And that's how STDs are also spread around. My girl was gonna put it in her mouth, but then put a condom on it to fuck. Babe, you can still get like oral STIs and STDs and shit. Babe, hold on, I'm just clocking a whole new situation here. I mean, did she put it in her mouth or did she smell it? Because if you put it in your mouth, hun, I mean, you need to, like, I don't know, Dettol. Because
That's what
that man, but not Boris Johnson, what's the American one called? He said, drink Dettol and it will kill corona. So, I mean, it must be able to, like, disinfect your mouth. 100%.
Drink Dettol. So she just needs to drink Dettol. Rinse.
Don't drink it, like gargle it, and spit it out. Do you know what I mean? The brown one, you know, like what your parents used to put in the bath, and it used to just, like, when you got a cut, used to burn off your skin. That, gargle it, dilute it with a little bit of water, gargle it, spit it out, your mouth will be fine. And then back to the famous Ray and Nephew, you know, because that always helps every situation. You got a headache, rub it on your forehead. You got a mouth ulcer from sucking a cheesy dick, just take a shot. That's what I would do, guys.
Ladies, you've heard right there, okay? If you get a mouth ulcer from performing oral sex, take a shot of Ray and Nephew rum, okay?
I'm not saying that from experience either, but it definitely says on the bottle when you peel back on the lid.
I didn't say, you know, I'm just repeating what you said. I just tried to, you know, say in a polite way. Ladies, if you're giving oral sex and, you know, it doesn't go down too well, a shot of Ray and Nephew rum, okay? From Arcs Millie. Millie's told you, certified.
Shot Ray and his nephew.
Shot Ray and his nephew. They made some of his messages. Brina says, embracing myself. Says FFS, for fuck's sakes. DJ Empress says, stinking Willie, no, sir. Brina says, I'll lose any interest I had in him. Yes, audacity. Empress says, it smells rank like piss. Jesus Christ.
Oh, God.
Brina says, damn Milan. Yeah, I'll say the same thing, damn Milan. Fly Coven, Fly Tammy says, even all. What did I walk into? Dick stinking. Yep, that's exactly what you walked into. That was a scenario. Chili, back me up on this one as well. It's a true scenario, yeah, true thing that happened.
It's a true scenario. Everything that I've all the Ask Millies that I'm going to read out are from real people and real life experiences.
Empress says, walk back out. Oh, mate.
Yes.
I think something to Fly Cove in there, but walk back out of the meeting room. But you know what? I'll tell you one thing about Millie. I'll give you your dues on that one. I liked when you said, I'll take him into the bath with me. I was like, you know what? Salute to that.
Salute.
Like, yeah. It's an intimate setting, so he don't know what's going on.
Mm.
And then he's going to come out with a whole new Willie. Like, he's not even going to know what happened. Like, you know, like, obviously, they've taken it into here now. Is it past, like, what time is it? All right, cool. You see, like, because all of the cheesiness is there, it's not going back far enough. So it's not looking big enough. You see, once you clean it and that foreskin can come back, he's got a whole fucking another 3 inches on him. He's gonna be like, shit. Then this girl's, yeah, I did that, bitch. I did that. I gave you 3 more inches on your dick. I did that. Just saying. Copyrighted as well.
It's wild. It's like, and she was so butthurt as well because she said he is so fine. She was like, the guy is so fine, and he smelt nice, dressed nice, and she said, how could that even happen? Like, what happened? Did he not wash before he came? Like, what did he do? Just spray?
No,
like,
do you know what? A lot of guys, they don't pull it back and they don't clean round it. I see it on one of those programs on Channel 4.
I saw it, that black guy.
Yeah. And he was probably like, oh, I think I got this. And he thought he needed to be circumcised because his thing was too tight. The woman literally didn't even touch it. She looked at it and she was like, you just need to wash your dick. On live, it wasn't live, but on TV, she just looked at him and was like, You just need to wash your dick. He was like, what? I do. She was like, how do you do it? And he was like, I just go. She was like, nah. Let me teach you something. Well, you got to do it. I'm doing the hand movements again. What you got to do is, and then, she did the movements and he got 3 inches back. So I'm saying, I did that.
Yeah, I actually remember seeing that as well. Empress says, I'd rather find someone who washed already. I ain't no Florence Nightingale. And she also says, sit in whose bath, not mine.
Guys, that's my one good deed for the year. That means I'm going, because right now I'm on the bus going like, down. I'm going to be going back up. I'm in the elevator now. I'm going back up. That's my one good deed for life. 100%.
Yes.
Can't even argue with that. Right, so we've got about 25 minutes left to go, and we just get on to our second topic. Also, don't forget, Chids, we didn't do the competition about the T-shirt.
Oh, yes. The T-shirt. Yes, so we have a T-shirt to give away. It's beautiful. Yes, stay queening. So it's up for grabs. Do you know what I might do? I might do a question. I'm going to post a question on the page, and whoever answers it correctly, whoever DMs me the correct answer or on the post, they will win the T-shirt. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah,
so the guys at Tripurity, they gave us a T-shirt. So as you can see, it says "Stay Queening."
That's so
they said, for obviously for Christmas and all that, they said we'll give us a T-shirt to give away for the show. They like the show, so they gave us that. So I forgot we're supposed to do something for that. So there we go. So
I will be tagging them in the post. Make sure you follow them. They've got some amazing stuff on the page. To all of you who have won previous competitions, I haven't forgotten you. Life's been a little bit hectic. Brina and DJ Empress, I'm coming to you, man. But Brina, I'm coming to you. To bear with. It's been a bit mad, but they know anyway because I've spoken to them personally. So, yes.
On the way. Milan, Send It and Hope says, need more hand movements.
Up, down, up, down.
I mean, wait, is it a boy or a girl? I was going to say something that's, don't even worry about it. Shut up.
Right. So, next question, right? This is a bit of a long one, and I'm going to try and give some context on this one, okay? So, next topic, ladies always get involved, right? And Cher, I'm coming to you first. Don't you worry about that. I'm coming to you first, Cher, right? The question is it okay for your partner to spend the night at their ex's on Christmas Eve so they can wake up with the children on Christmas Day? Now, Cher, before you answer that, context here. Now, we're playing on the stereotypes here. We're assuming that the woman has the children, the man doesn't. Mm-hmm. So we're also going to flip the question around as well. We're going to say, is it also okay for your partner's ex to stay over at yours on Christmas Eve as well? Yeah. So either way, if it's for the man or the woman, okay. So is it okay for your partner to spend the night at his ex's house so he can wake up in the morning with the children on Christmas Day? Let me know. Wait, and Fly Clover is ready, says not a ras. Okay, fair enough. That answers that one.
I mean, yeah, of course. Tell me what time. We'll have a sleepover. I'll bring the kids presents, But yeah, I don't know, man. Don't know about that one. It's a bit mad. But obviously, the dad's got to see his kids, innit? But if you've chosen someone to be your partner, yeah, you got to prioritize them as well as your kid. I'm not saying on the same level, but you've actually got if it's like, say if it's Christmas time and you're not spending time with them, what's the point in being in a relationship with them? Do you know what I mean? Like, I understand that's their kid, but I don't know. I just think that if you're in a relationship with somebody, you prioritize them as well. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I think. And what was the other question you said?
So I was trying to flip it around. So I was trying to say, so if a woman's answering it, she can assume that the partner doesn't live with the kids and the mum lives with the kids. But if a man's answering the question, then we can flip it around and say that, will they mind that their partner's ex stays at their house overnight?
Yes.
Yeah, so using both scenarios.
Yes.
I like what Cher said there. I don't know if you guys heard that part at the beginning, right? She said, we will pack her bag and we will bring gifts in the morning. I'm not sure if you guys heard that.
But
We
maybe
will pack
I'm
her bag.
just thinking differently. Maybe I'm just thinking differently because I'm not a parent and I'm not in a relationship. So I'm probably just thinking differently to how, kind of speak, to how other people might see it. Do you know what I mean? So, but as for the ex coming to stay, no. Like, I'm very particular about energy. So why would I let someone's ex come and stay with me? It doesn't make no sense.
No, but let's say,
Doesn't
right?
make no-
Now, I'll let you ask a question. So let's say that you and your partner, so your partner is now, he has custody of the kids. So the kids live with you and your partner. Would you mind their mum coming to stay the night on Christmas Eve so she can wake up with the kids on Christmas Day?
My house? No. She can
The house
stay
you
at
and your partner live
house.
together, yeah. No,
Not
but let's say
my
you and your
house.
partner say you and your partner live together. So you live together now, and you got the kids together. So your kids, his kids, are with you guys. You all live together, like Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, for example, live together in one house, and their mum wants to stay Christmas Eve to wake up Christmas Day.
I mean, maybe, but like, I don't know. It depends on the energy. Like, if I don't know the woman, then it's a bit weird. Do you know what I mean? But obviously, like, if I've met the woman and, you know, it's good, it's like a good vibe, possibly, you know, it can work. Alicia Keys and Swizz Beatz do it. So, I don't know, it could work. But I can't really say because I don't have a child and I don't have a partner. So I'm probably just a bit like, a bit like thinking one-minded, really.
She's like, fuck them all, fuck them all. Empress says that's a tricky one because of the children. It depends on how the relationship went and what terms they parted on. She also says, oh, share with claps in hands emoji. Chids, talk to me. What do you think? Can your partner stay at the ex's house to wake up the kids on Christmas Day? Open the little presents?
Go stay there, man. Like, just go and stay there. Be with your kids. Wake up with your kids on Christmas Day. Like, at the end, I think it's a tough one. It definitely depends on the situation, but regardless, me personally as a woman would not stop a man being with his kids. I wouldn't give him any ultimatums because I just think because I have a child and like when I was with my daughter's dad, he had another child as well and he didn't bother with the child, and I used to try my hardest to encourage him to go check for your son. Do you get me? Like, that's your kid. I just don't know how anybody can be away from their kids. It's kind of mad. So I would always encourage it. I think sometimes in certain situations, like I've got a friend and she's gone through like a lot of shit with her partner because she's given him stick and said, you're not going over there, you're not being around her. And I think that's just down to insecurity, thinking something may happen between, you know, him and the ex or whatever. But then it's down to trust, isn't it? It's like, at the end of the day, if someone's going to cheat, they're going to cheat, innit? Regardless. But I think that, you know, the likelihood of that happening if the man's going there to spend time with his kids and wake up with the kids on Christmas Day, it's you know, it's not really going to happen, is it? I mean, it could. Don't get me wrong, it could, but I just think you should just let him go through, let him do what he's doing. That's his kids. You can't give a man an ultimatum or a woman when it comes to their kids. If it was reversed, I'd be like, yeah, tell her to come over. Fuck it, let's all be one big happy family. Come, you get me? She can help me cook breakfast in the morning. Fuck it, why not? I'd rather all get along than have that beef, because it's the children who ultimately suffer. So I think if, you know, like my brother, we've got different dads, and his dad's got a bag of kids, he's got loads of sons, innit? And then, you know, growing up, my mum always had his children over the house. My brother always knew who his brothers were. She spoke to the boys' mums. Do you get me? We go here, there, and everywhere. All the families would interconnect and whatever, because it's the children. She said, my one auntie used to say to her, I don't know how you could do that. It's ridiculous. And she's like, no, because my son knows who his family is and he's grown up with them around him. So it's like you have to take your own feelings out of the situation when it comes to the children. Just let the guy go and see his kids or whatever, and it is what it is.
Love that. I love that. I'm not sure if everyone agrees, because DJ Empress says I would poison her ass.
Not easy,
You can tell this is a Jamo, isn't it? Typical Jamo, right? Typical Jamo behaviour. Typical, innit? I'll poison her ass. Miss Milan, Miss Banter Ringer. If your partner says he wants to stay at his kid's mum's house on Christmas Eve, so he can wake up with them on Christmas Day, are you okay with that?
Yeah. Like, why not? Go on then. See you later. I don't understand. Do you know what? I think it depends on circumstances and situations. So if he's going to stay at hers with the kids, it's like, is she that baby mum that's like, there's that baby mum that always tries to get back with their baby father, or they want to have like one up on you. Do you know what I mean? So it depends on how our relationship. I'm not saying me and her need to be friends, or me and her need to talk every day or exchange numbers, not like that. But like there's just that like mutual respect. Like, I'm with him now, but you're still his baby mum, and I know that, and she knows I'm with him. Cool, go stay at our house and do breakfast with the kids and open their presents and whatever, or do whatever you're doing. Because when you come down to it, at the end of the day, you live with me now, so I see you all the fucking time. Give me a break. Go on, go spend time with your kids. I ain't gonna keep texting you every 10 minutes. Oh, are you awake yet? Have the kids opened their presents? Like what time are you coming home? No, go and enjoy your day. If you end up having dinner there, all right, cool. Have dinner. Like, go and do your thing with your kids. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's the kids that matter. But then, like I said, so it depends on the situation, because if you've come from like if you're living in that house and you're with your kids every Christmas, now you've moved out, cool, by all means. But say a couple of years down in the line, I'd probably expect you to ask your baby mum, or to talk to your baby mum about, every other Christmas you have them, and then she has them Boxing Day or whatever. Do you know what I mean? But if it's a new thing, a fresh thing, for the first couple of years, go out my house, innit? Go and stay there, and let me go to the bar, pour myself a drink. I'm gonna go chill with, like, do you know what I mean? Like, let me go and do my thing. Go be with your kids, because it's like if it was the other way around. And if me and my partner was like living together, and he had kids and we had custody, and the baby mum's got to come and stay, come then. Like, she's not going to be sleeping. Like, me and my partner are not going to go to sleep, and then she's going to be in the middle of the bed with us, and I'm looking at her like, this is awkward. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to make up a bed, because I'm going to be living that lavish lifestyle. She's going to be sleeping in the guest house in the garden, yeah. And we're going to be inside having a wonderful time. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't understand. We're not all going to sleep in the same mattress, the kids, me and my man, like, all spooning each other. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's all just weird. I mean, no, let me not even take it there. Let me come back. I'm coming back. Give me like 1 second, because the thought's still in my mind. 1 sec. No, she's definitely in the guest house. She's not sleeping in the bed with us. But do you know what I mean? It's like, it's what everyone else has said. It's the trust that you have. If you trust that person, and like Chidi said, someone will cheat. If they're gonna cheat, they're gonna cheat. Whether they cheat with their baby mum, their ex, a girl they don't even know, or a guy they don't even know, a friend, your mum, your dad. Do you know what I mean? They're gonna cheat. It will happen. But when it comes down to kids, go and stay at your house, invite her around to ours, because I'm the type of person where if I meet a guy who already has kids, I would want to know his baby mum. Not like that, but I mean, like, she should be able to, if we're having a birthday party in a hall of our house for her kids, she should feel comfortable enough to come as well. Why should she be excluded from something that we're doing for her kids? Because at the end of the day, they're not mine. Of course, I will love them as if like we're all one family and they're mine. But at the end of the day, they're not. Do you know what I mean? So she should feel like welcome enough to step foot in my house and not feel like it's going to be awkward. Or I shouldn't feel like if I walk in the kitchen and they stopped talking, that they must have been talking about, oh, the good old days when them two used to do this, that, and whatever, and swing from the fucking lights and whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, life's too short for all of that shit. I just ain't got time for it. As long as I've got a bottle of wine and a little slushy, I'll be all right.
You're saying Rainey's nephew solves all problems, yeah?
I've got, I mean, did you not read the back of the packet? That's what it says. 100% in the small writing. That's what it says.
I don't really drink that stuff. I only have it in my rum cake. That's about it, to be honest with you. Which I've had some today as well. Brina says, agreed, Milan. It depends on the circumstances. DJ Empress says, put her in the shed, Milan. Not in the guest house.
No, guest
in
house.
The shed.
No, I'm living lavish. I ain't even got a shed. I've got a big garage. Like, you know
I go
saying?
go to home base or B&Q, buy a shed, little £75 thing, and just slam her in there. Little mattress. You are old that fleecy blanket. Stay warm. Fuck off.
No, but the thing is, she could bring her new man. Bring your new man and your
Bring
new
your
kids
man.
and yourself. Go stay in the guest house and only come in the morning when I tell you to. Do you know what I'm saying? Because the door will be locked otherwise.
Oh, I'm done.
So
No, on a serious note, I think that guys or girls should be able to stay with or at their ex-partner's house if kids are involved. Obviously, because if not, that'd be weird. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's for the kids, man. But like I said, after a couple of years, yeah, you need to start discussing. We have them for either Christmas Eve overnight to Christmas morning, then we drop them, or you come and pick them up for the Christmas like evening. They have dinner with it, and then the next year it'll be the other way around. Do you know what I mean? So imbalance. Like this year, it's very sad. I'm gonna hold back the tears. For the first time in 6 years, I didn't have my son this Christmas. He's with his dad. I don't know what to do with myself. My mum's like, are you coming to mine? I'm like, I don't know. I might just be at home. I might go to yours. I might go to friends. I don't know what to do with myself because Christmas is about kids. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, this year's going to be a weird one for me. You know, putting my little personal information out there. Just
See now that this all makes sense now. Why Milan's got the bar ready, you know that.
Yeah, she's
she said, I got no kid. I got the bar ready. Got the. What you say, Rainey's nephew, the small print. You said, yeah, read the back of it, yeah.
Yeah, read the back. It's in the small print, 100%. It's right there.
Yeah, cool. There we go. DJ Empress says, and padlock it, talking about leaving the mother of the child in the shed. Yeah, put a padlock on it too.
She's looking to kill off the baby mum, you know. She's gonna make off the baby mum. Shit, then.
I'm so tired.
Oh Lord God.
So I say the general consensus is that we don't mind them staying over, or them staying there, or us coming there, what have you. Everyone's kind of okay, apart from Fly Clothing was not having it. She's like, no chance.
Thing is this, Cher was kind of on the fence. So is that like a red flag on you? Are you thinking all red flag, or are you like, nah, I can work with that?
Well, firstly, Cher said, remember the first thing Cher said, we will pack her bag and we will go there.
I like that.
Oh, that was a red flag for you. That was okay, cool. We're going to go
sleepover.
Yeah, we said we will go there together. We will be there together in the morning to open the presents and what have you. So that's all good, isn't it? We're all good there. And she's looking lovely in red as well. Hey, Santa baby. For those of you who don't know, right, I'm going to put it out there again. Cher and I have a thing,
if you keep talking it,
you need to stop there.
Maybe the universe will work with you. I mean,
exactly.
He's begging it. He's trying.
You need to stop there. She have a whole wife.
He's got a
you see right now, right? Cher's like, yep, I got the mistletoe ready for you,
Hold
Sticky.
on, does she listen to the podcast?
Yeah,
That's who listens to podcasts.
he got a wife, man.
All my ladies. All my ladies. Yeah, that podcast gets shared around like nobody's business. Don't worry about that.
I mean, it's on the back of the Ray and Nephew. Take a shot.
That's what I'm trying to say. Boom.
That's it.
But in fact, before I forget as well, though, I've got to say thank you to everyone who has locked in for the last 30 plus episodes and joined in and joined the quizzes and whatever else.
34.
Exactly, you remembered now, yeah. But thank you, man. It's been a good year. It's been since like March or April, I think. I can't remember now.
It's been since April, Sticky. April. I will never forget. I will never forget how this podcast started because of you and your big mouth and your comments and your chatting shit, Sticky.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Look, I'm going to remind you how it started. You saying about men and women. I was like, nah, come on, nah. I've got to stand up for us guys because you was just talking bare nonsense on your Instagram page. Breathe it all in, love it all out. And I was like, nah, I can't have this. Nah, not happening. And here we are, 34 episodes later.
34 episodes later, and here's to another 34. Do you get me? I think I'm excited for like 2021. I think it's going to be really good. And oh my god, the theme song. Oh
my god, who has heard the
Amazing.
theme song? Drop some fire in the fucking comments. Who
I
has
like
heard
John
the theme song?
I
Legend.
spoke to him today, SimbaBoy_artist, anyone who wants to follow him. And he's so humble. And he was like, I'm just so glad everyone likes it. He's going to actually, he said, when we go to the studio, he's going to join us. He will come.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, is he going to do it live?
Yeah, he will do it live. So
Oh
that
my
will
God.
be...
Oh,
Wait, I'm
wicked.
working on my harmonies. This is duet coming on.
He's just so... When he sent it to me and I played, I just didn't expect it. I was like, oh my god, it's just so catchy, and like everyone who's listened to it just loves it. So yeah, thank you again, Simba. His name's actually Simba, you know.
Amazing.
Brina
Sick.
says, just discovered you guys. I'm mad love for you all. These podcasts give me life.
Oh,
And a lot of fire emojis, fantastic, amazing. Just so you guys are aware, when Chili says in the studio, what she means is, for those of you who may not have caught the show we did earlier in the year, is when all of us actually come together in the studio, so we're all together as opposed to on Zoom. And yeah, it gets a bit hectic and more Ray and his nephew and whatever other drinks there are. Not sure when that's going to happen though, because we're on tier 4 in London right now. So
I know.
You need
Boris-
to get some of that
Boris has
drink
locked everything
you had
off.
before. That salted caramel. something
Yeah,
whatever.
the salted caramel.
Get some of that.
Oh,
ready.
yeah, that was
In the studio.
nice.
Mm,
Yeah,
was so
will
good.
do.
that was wicked, man.
yeah,
But
she came with some sort of caramel drink. I think I had a little bit of it. I'm not much of a drinker. And I was like, oh, this is disgusting. And everyone was like, yeah, this is nice. I'm thinking, what am I drinking here? Like, I don't drink. I'm not much of a drinker.
Yeah, it's a red
so-
flag. It's a red flag. From the Caribbean, and he doesn't drink. Red flag.
Yeah, I know.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Rum punch though. On the other hand, I'll drink a lot of rum punch and Baileys. That I'd have, but that's about it, man.
Baileys.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know why I like Baileys. Yeah,
My mum
You
likes
know what one you
Baileys.
need to try? It. Marks and Spencer's salted brownie, their own version of Baileys. It is amazing.
Is
Yeah.
it nice? Mm.
well, I'll
So
give that a
good.
try.
I got a
Give that
bottle of
try.
it. So good. No, but honestly, try it. It's really good.
Yeah, that and Guinness punch. That's the only thing I really drink.
Guinness punch.
Obviously,
I like
my
Guinness
own
punch.
Guinness punch. For those of you who don't know that, I make my own Guinness punch. It is the best ever.
What?
Okay, I don't care what any of you guys say. If you don't like it, then choke on your saliva, all right? But I like it. Yeah, that's all that matters. Okay.
Alright, cool. So when we next go
I don't like
studio,
Guinness
Cher's bringing her salted caramel, and Sticks is bringing his own Guinness punch that no one will like, but we're gonna pretend and be like, oh my god, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
be like, oh my god, this is so amazing.
Yeah. Who are you talking about? Brina says red flag. Oh, can you believe it? She killed me already. And Brina says, oh, that sounds nice, Milan, talking about the caramel. I'm shooting
No,
about the
it is
caramel.
literally, yeah.
Get him,
Here we
let's
go.
keep the bottle.
Straight to the bar. Here we go.
So it's salted caramel brownie flavour cream liqueur from Marks and Spencer's.
Oh wow.
I'm sure it was like £8, and it's the best £8 you will ever spend in your whole entire life.
Big up Marks and Spencer. Yo, they need to sponsor us, you know.
Trust me, we need to we need to get sponsored by Ray and Nephew and Marks and Spencers. I mean,
Ray is responsible for a lot of things on this podcast, so they definitely need to sponsor us. I'm going to at them.
Definitely. But on the serious note, guys, from us to you guys, thank you for always tuning in and, you know, getting on our backs when we're doing wrong and helping us when we're doing right. Like, Sticky, you're echoing. You're echoing, Sticky. Why are you echoing? And I'm struggling, thinking, I don't know why I'm echoing. I can't hear it. And then I'm getting cussed in the live chats and then offline as well. And people
quiz.
Get in trouble about the
Tell me
quiz.
who was Sticks. I'll beat him up. Who was it? Who was
You. It was you.
I'm gonna put all the bloopers together. I am in the process of it. It's long-winded, but it'll be funny when it's finished. And do you know what? The majority of them are just Sticky getting cussed. Really, it's really bad, Sticks. I'm turning over a new leaf for the new year. I never make New Year's resolutions, but my New Year's resolution is to get off Sticky's back and stop.
No. Don't worry about that. You don't come for me. As long as you are, I'm coming back for you lot. So that's all good. Brina says that's going in my.
For 34 bloody episodes, Sticks.
Yeah, don't you worry. The race is not for the swift, for those who can endure. Brina says that's going in my cupcakes, talking about the Bailey's knockoff.
It's good in cupcakes, brownies, hot chocolate by itself.
She also says
good.
Yeah, exactly. No echo today, she says. Thank you. Yeah, we fixed it. Yeah, I got cussed by Milan as well.
Yeah,
the whole other story.
Sleeping on us, boy.
DJ Empress says, proud of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh.
Now, guys, when are we back?
Are we back for this year, or we're done until next year?
Yeah, I think, for a couple of weeks, I think.
I think we're done for a couple of weeks now. We'll have a little rest and get some new material together and change up the game in 2021.
Exactly. Or maybe this last one, hold on. Yeah. DJ Empress says, you're on your own, Chid. I'm always after Sticky.
I'm a liar. Damn liar, I'm going to cuss him. Trust me, January the 1st, I'm cussing him.
Guys, the live's going to cut in a second. I think it's probably time we say our goodbyes before it cuts out.
See you next year, guys.
So guys, have a good Christmas.
Yeah, have a good Christmas.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and have a good one.
Have a great one.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, man.
Christmas.
See you later.
Christmas, guys. Bye.
Bye.